fat man asks if he's being called corrupt. Calmly, the old man says that for now, it's better to just observe the situation. A maid approaches the two. Getting close to the man, she gives a warning about our boy. He orders her to keep watching. The fat man says the medicine given to the Lord is working effectively. After the conversation, both leave saying this is good news. With the protagonists, the doctor is examining him. In his thoughts, Khan says that so far he hasn't felt any danger. Maybe at that moment, something went wrong with the teleportation, and if that's the case, he'll have to live the rest of his life in this body. The protagonist asks the doctor's name. He replies that it's Nikaro and adds that he's been in charge of the boy's health for the past few years. Because of these questions and inquiries, the man thinks HEIR has memory loss, and then he says it could have been caused by the high fever. The soldier arrives saying that the treasurer and the administrator have arrived. The people from before enter the protagonist's room. The man kneels, showing respect to the Lord. He soon says that seeing his energetic face, his worries have disappeared. The fat man adds that he gave him medicine that's hard to obtain when the boy fell into a coma, and that's why he must have improved so much. Hun thanks him for his generosity, but inside he just wishes to be let go. The protagonist says he has a big problem. Since he woke up, his memories are a bit blurred, so he doesn't remember him. After hearing this, the man becomes desperate and introduces himself as Tom Men. Angrily, he asks if the doctor made him an idiot and orders the man to tell him everything. The boy watches the situation, and meanwhile, in his subconscious, Nose says that something is wrong. Hun asks Tom Men to calm down, since the doctor is his savior, and even though he lost his memory, it was he who saved him when he was on the brink of death. The doctor bows and thanks him for his benevolence. Gun says that from now on he will ask many questions, and the man tells him he can ask whatever he wants. Behind his good-natured expression, Tom Men thinks that now it will be easier than before to deceive the boy. Nose calls his lord's attention, saying that there is something he must urgently decide. It is the order to recruit mercenaries. The boy asks what that is. Nose explains that it is to recruit mercenaries in his name. HEIR says he knows that, but asks why they are recruiting. He replies that it is to subdue the monsters that kill the livestock and harm the products. Somewhat embarrassed, the boy asks if there is a demon king. Apparently, the man doesn't understand the question. Returning to the focus of the conversation, Nose says that the subjugation occurs every 5 years. In his thoughts, Gun says that he doesn't even know what is happening, so he lacks confidence in making such an important decision. Our boy was about to accept the hiring of mercenaries, but in desperation, Tom Men interrupts him. He says that the Lord cannot decide so hastily, since the Terito's finances are in bad shape. Therefore, he should reconsider this decision because hiring hundreds of mercenaries will cost a fortune. Confused, the protagonist asks if the situation is that bad. Reluctantly, Tom Men says it is possible to hire them, but they still don't know what might happen in the territory in the future, so they can't waste money like this. Our boy thinks about this for a moment and then says that the monsters are attacking people and killing the livestock, as well as harming the products. Stokey questions if the fat man wants him to wait and watch his people being massacred. Already sweating, Tom Men says that everyone is part of the resistance, so there won't be many casualties. Besides, monsters are like natural disasters. They can only blame God for their deaths. The protagonist asks if he is the person who manages the money. Suddenly grabbing him by the collar, the people around them are confused. But the soldier notices a change in his lord. Even the fat man sees that something is different. Angrily, HEIR says that he will never abandon his people. If he turns his back on them, who in the world will protect his territory besides him? With such words, the three are impressed. Looking at the administrator, the protagonist asks him to recruit the mercenaries immediately. Nose immediately obeys the order. Both leave the boy's room. Tom Men is furious, saying how that brat dares to act like this. Laughing, the old man says that before he was flattering the boy. Still, it doesn't matter. He then asks Tom Men to prepare the budget estimate for the recruitment. Elsewhere, we see several dishes of food on a table. Our boy gives ours everything. His soldier and butler watch him, and Han asks what's wrong. Answering the question, he says that the boy is eating more than usual. Stretching his arm, the boy says he needs nutrients since he just woke up from a coma. The two don't understand the meaning of these words. Handing over the plate, the protagonist says that it's very tasty and asks if there's more. Happily, the butler says it's lamb soup and then promises to get more for him. Leaving the room, the soldier stays to watch the boy. Hun asks if Rondo doesn't want to eat as well. He declines, saying he's fine. Pointing at him, HEIR says it's strange to be watched while eating. The soldier turns away as if that's the problem. Our boy sighs a little. With a dark look, he says he won't repeat himself 3 times. Immediately, the soldier begins to sweat. Having no choice, he decides to sit in the chair. He doesn't start eating or anything like that, but HEIR says that the meat is good and asks him to take a taste. As if it were an order, Rondo serves himself. Both agree that the meat is of high quality. Grabbing the wine glass, the protagonist says that the soldier needs to eat to be able to protect him. The boy asks if there are few soldiers since they have to recruit mercenaries. Rondo replies that there are 300 soldiers, half of whom protect the castle, while the other half fight the bandits alongside the security captain. This makes the boy curious. He continues, saying that the bandits raid the villages, and by the Lord's order, the security captain took some soldiers to the area. HEIR asks when he will return, and Rondo replies that he doesn't know because of the large number of bandits. But he asks his lord not to worry, since the security captain is the greatest swordsman in the kingdom. This makes him feel reassured. So he asks for the individual's name. His name is Charlene Deeper. The captain is surrounded by several bandits. A guy mocks him for leaving the royal knights to serve in the Alern fields. The man just observes the insults, but the madman, the bandit, says this is his chance because now he'll be recognized as the greatest warrior on the continent if he defeats him. Charlene doesn't move a muscle. Shortly after, both charge at each other. The bandits have crossbows and prepare to shoot. Charlene quickly notices this. Abruptly, he halts his movements, and with the greatest ease, he cuts the arrows. The bandit thinks he has found an opening and immediately attacks him with his axe. Judging by the captain's expression, he doesn't feel any difficulty in defending himself. As if it were nothing, he throws the enemy far away.